1.6 to be precise. So let's get started. For first thing first, just go to Kali. Just say download Kali, and I'll show you how to just break into the simple website teaching using GoBuster. Yeah. So let's a little patient for it to load up. Don't know why it's taking this long. I don't know. Oh no, why? Okay, let me turn on this VPN and see. Okay, basically you can see turning on that VPN kind of help this thing load faster. So we're just going to click on this page to get to the Kali official website. So from there we can actually download it. So here we want to download Kali, click on download. Just showing you list of tools. This is a list of tools common caliber. Oh, it's taking forever to download. This one too is not connecting. Just all the men are doing what they want to do. So basically, we have virtual machine installed. We have that. So we just go virtual machine because we're running on virtual machine. So we have virtual box, which is what we're going to be using for this tutorial. So click on it to download a virtual box. So it started downloading. You can see it takes 3.5 gig to download Kali. So we just have to exert a little patience for it to download completely. And it kind of looks like network is a little bit bad, so just stay tuned. So basically we've successfully downloaded the file, which is this, right? So we're just going to copy like I'll click in this folder. Yeah. So we extract the file, extract the file. Hold on a sec for it to extract successfully. Okay, you can just see that this is a simple portfolio I built. Yep. Mm. We don't know what we're here for. We'll keep waiting for this to extract successfully.
In Solo Leveling, as the crowd watches Jin Woo beating the shit out of Thomas Andre, Adam White shouts at Jin Woo, pleading with him to stop. However, Jin Woo doesn't listen and keeps hitting Thomas Andre with heavy punches that break through his armor. Every hit is a critical blow for Thomas Andre. As Jin Woo's punches become more intense, they reduce Thomas Andre's armor into ashes, making him agonize in pain. At that moment, Thomas mutters, "It's over," causing Jin Woo to stop. Thomas admits defeat while in a vegetable-like state. Watching the scene unfold, Adam is shocked in disbelief, seeing the great Thomas Andre reduced to such a state, questioning how many hunters in the world could do such a thing. He asks if there are any who could in the first place, noting that once this news gets out, it will shake the world completely. Adam then orders the healer to treat Thomas quickly, but the healer responds that every single bone in Thomas's body has been broken, and the blood loss is severe too, so he won't be enough alone. He advises that it'll be better if everyone treats Thomas Andre together. As he heals Thomas, the healer comments that it's only because Thomas Andre is a nation-level hunter that he was able to last this long, adding that any other hunter would have died at least 10 times over from this amount of damage. Realizing that there were no casualties in the battle, Adam feels relieved, knowing the situation turned out as favorably as possible. Suddenly, an agent calls out to Adam, reporting that Hwang Dong-soo isn't breathing and his heart is not beating, and Jin Woo is nowhere to be found. Shifting the scene to Korea, Jin Woo sits at the edge of a building, saying that he used Shadow Exchange to swap locations with Baru. He then questions his new shadow beside him, saying, "It's been a while since you've been in Korea," and informs him that what he's looking at right now is Seoul. And as they speak, Baru is healing Jin-ho to the best of his abilities in America. The new shadow then calls out to his king, and Jin-woo questions him. The Knight Commander grade shadow is revealed and pleads for his king, Sung Jin-woo, to bestow him a name. Jin-woo offers the name Greed, since he died being greedy, and asks what he thinks. As Jin-woo calls him Hwang Dong-soo, Greed gratefully accepts the name and thanks his king. Before being ordered by Jin gladly complies with. In Solo Leveling,
I borrowed 300,000 naira. I need to pay back 380,000 naira.
I borrowed 300,000 naira and only.
The battle rages on at a breakneck speed as Liu Sheng moves so fast he becomes a blur of light, darting across the starry sky. He zips through the air, effortlessly twisting his body to dodge every attack, looking like he's in complete control. The giant green avatar, controlled by the possessed sire, strikes out wildly, firing energy beams in every direction as it desperately tries to hit its elusive target. The monster roars in frustration, swinging its giant energy blades uselessly. The avatar grows more and more furious, screaming at Liu Sheng to stop running away while it...
So basically we've just extracted the file, right, which is the VDI and the VBox, one of them, both of them, you can see both of them there. So so what we're going to do next is download So we're going to click a window for host. So we're going to download it now, so this is too patient.
It continues to slash at empty air. The giant green monster looks down at its own hands, its glowing grid-like face trembling with rage. It can't understand why it can't land a single hit on Lu Sheng, despite its massive size and power. Suddenly, Lu Sheng flies past the monster's head as a streak of blue light, giving the beast a perfect opportunity to strike. With a confident smirk, Lu Sheng taunts his enemy, telling him to attack with all his might. He makes a bold promise: if the monster can land even a scratch on him, he'll let it live. This insult is too much for the enemy to handle. Sire's human form bursts out from the head of the giant green avatar, leaving his defensive shell behind. His face twisted with rage and madness, Sire is stunned by Lu Sheng's arrogance. Losing all contrast, Lu Sheng flies straight toward the small figure below. Lu Sheng doesn't move an inch. He just stands there with his hands in his pockets, facing the giant fist head on. The punch lands with a massive impact, creating a huge shockwave of green energy that swallows him whole. The force of the blow is so strong it sends Saya, the red-haired officer, and the others flying. They scream Lu Sheng's name in horror, realizing the attack has the overwhelming power of a level 13 warrior. The explosion engulfs the entire area, destroying everything in its path. Sire laughs like a madman, veins bulging all over his body. He mocks Lu Sheng for daring to take the attack head-on, celebrating that his level 13 strength has completely vaporized him, leaving nothing behind. But his celebration is cut short. As the energy begins to fade, a foot steps firmly onto the ground. Lu Sheng emerges from the dust, still smiling. The only sign of damage is a strange cracking pattern on his skin, as if a porcelain mask were breaking. He looks at Sire, almost encouragingly, and tells him to keep going. Sire freezes in.
So basically, since we downloaded the virtual box, just click on it, just double tap on it to install. So
disbelief, his eyes wide with shock. He stammers that it's impossible for anyone to have survived that attack. With the cracks still on his face, Lu Sheng speaks to his opponent in a condescending tone, asking if he doesn't understand him and reminding him that he already gave the order to continue. Pushed over the edge, Sar screams in denial, refusing to accept what's happening right in front of him. Completely losing his mind, Sire makes the giant green avatar unleash a furious barrage of punches, all while screaming for Lu Sheng to just die. But Lu Sheng stands his ground, taking every single massive punch without flinching. Despite the brutal assault, Sire realizes with horror that it's still having no effect. Lu Sheng remains standing in the middle of the storm of blows, looking completely unimpressed. He simply tells his attacker to keep going. Watching from the sidelines, Saya and Tang Dun are frozen in terror. They can't believe what they are seeing and can only scream.
So basically, once we extract file, get used to file, you already install your VirtualBox already, which is this. Then you just to click this, click double tap on this to take to your VirtualBox. So you're creating a process for your VirtualBox machine, blah blah blah. So just a bit for it, just well, let me just cancel this because it has already created this one already. So let me just click on this. So when you click on this, you click show starting. You can see it will start. Now it starts historically. So you don't need to even do any importation or anything. Just go to the file, click the file. Once you click the file, this will pop up here. Then start the machine. Once start the machine, this is the machine. So this is your Kali Linux. So you can see view, you can go full screen mode, blah 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 blah. Now so no expect it to work either. So we want to start shut down the machine. Then move start clone. Blah 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 blah. Now the thing is, we did not fully install this thing. That's another thing I noticed. I was thinking if I use this particular method, it's going to be nice, but turns out to be a little bit creepy.
Borrow 10,000 naira, repay 12,000 naira. But
If you want to run Kali Linux on your PC without installing it directly, a virtual machine is the perfect solution. In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to install Kali Linux Task Manager. Navigate to the open your browser. Once the installer image, scroll down slightly. On the recommended image, click on this small download icon. The download will start immediately. After downloading all the required files, select the VirtualBox executable file, right-click on it, and the desktop shortcuts will open up. Click on New and enter Kali Linux as the name. Based on your system's set the type to Linux and the subtype to Debian. Then select Debian 64-bit as the version. In the hardware section, allocate RAM based on your system's resources. It's generally recommended to use half of your total RAM and resources for virtual machines. And for Kali Linux, the minimum requirement is 2 GB for basic tasks, while 4 GB is preferable for better performance and multitasking. In my case, my system has 16 GB of RAM, so I'll allocate 4 GB. Next, configure the processor cores. Open Task Manager and check the availability is 20 GB. If doesn't have sufficient space, you can choose to optimize performance. First, open Settings and go to the Advanced tab. Set both options to bidirectional to allow seamless clipboard sharing and drag and drop functionality. Next, under System, in the Acceleration tab, make sure hardware virtualization is enabled. Moving on to
Maximize the video memory and ensure the graphics controller is set to VMS VGA for the best compatibility. Now in the storage section, click on Controller IDE, then select Empty. To click the small disk icon, choose Disk File, and navigate to the Downloads folder. Locate the Kali Linux image file and open it. Finally, head over to Network and check that the connection type is set to NAT. Once everything is configured, just click OK, and the setup is complete. Now click on Start to begin the installation. After a few seconds, the setup will start. Select Graphical and...
The first music I made was just arranging that indirectly. Everything is set. So one thing I found out just now is that installing Kali and using the what's it called, using going to the official website and downloading Kali. Most people, if you check a lot of video online, they tend to do this. Let me show you. Let's go back. That's what I discovered now, and that is what I did not do. Let me just show you something. So most people use this installer image, but I use this other one here, which is okay. Most people use installer image and don't install image, but I use the other one. And kind of what I noticed is that the other one kind of very easier to download. Once you download and extract the file, you have these two files here. Now, once you click on that file, just like I clicked earlier, it takes you directly to this place, right? Now, the only thing is that the only limitation now is that it kind of makes it more difficult for you to customize. Now, for instance, but I kind of did my here, right? So let me change my username to right. Let me leave it that way. So saving settings, then I'm going to start again. So if I just type in view, and I tend to log in, it's going to, wow, it did not work. Kind of surprised it did not work though. So when I use Kali, it kind of worked. So basically, I actually have changed the password from the other part there, but still yet still not working just like what I wanted to. Just like the way I want it to work basically. So the difference is that this method is kind of very simpler and easy. You don't need too many setup, but just found out that it is a little bit shabby. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I noticed that this one it's kinda a little bit slow. Yep. So basically, just install this. No stress, no installation process, unlike the other one. But let's say it's a little bit slow. Uh, so free space is 9 GB. Let me X this space. Make me laugh. So basically, initially I told you guys it was slow, but actually I found out like it wasn't slow. I kind of figured out that it was due to my laptop running so many software at the same time. That's exactly slow. So you can see, so basically, that's Kali. You can just add sudo this. Okay, sudo dash yes. That is want to transition to root user. Then going to transition to root user. So another thing, why it's taking too long? Okay, another thing is that you can also press Ctrl Shift and your plus button to increase the size of your terminal to look a bigger. So NT you want that.